I was talking to somebody last night who really knows a lot about film. He teaches film and so on. And I told him, I think that I'm probably at some point I'm going to say, I'm waiting for a film like this to be made. And then somebody in the audience will say, and probably be you, say, yes, it was made. But I don't think that film that I just described was made. And if I describe a film to you that I think should be made and I think wasn't made, and you know that it was made, I wish you'd let me know so we can have a celebration of that rare event, you see. But wars can be told in such a way that complicate the simple good versus evil scenario that is presented to us in our history books and in our culture, and that make it known that wars are not simply wars of one people or against another, but wars always involve class differences within each side, in which the victory in war is very often a victory that's not shared by everybody, but only shared by a few. And that the people who fight the wars are not the people who benefit from the wars. And then I thought somebody should do something on the Mexican War. And I haven't seen anything on the Mexican War that, it for instance tells how the war started. Tells about the deception that took place of the American people by the President of the United States. I know it's surprising to hear that an American president would deceive the people of the United States. But this was that one rare case in which the President Polk deceived the people of the United States by telling them, Mexican troops have fired on us on American soil. Well, it wasn't American soil. It was disputed soil in which both the Mexicans and the Americans claimed, and it was an incident and people were killed, and zoom, we were at war. A war that had been planned in advance before this incident by the Polk administration because they coveted this beautiful territory of the Southwest. I thought it would be interesting to tell that story from the standpoint of of an ordinary soldier in the Mexican War who sees the mayhem and the bloodshed as the army moves into Mexico and destroys town after town in Mexico, and then more and more of these soldiers get disaffected from the war, and as they're moving on the final march under General Scott towards Mexico City, General Scott wakes up one morning and half of his army has deserted. And thought, yes, it'd be interesting to tell it from that point of view.